Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the room. Come one, come all, come big, come small. Shout out to Lottie Dottie and each and everybody. For those of you guys who have never been with me before, you have no idea who I am or where you found yourself. I am Candy Sincerity Johnson. My better half in life, my better half in business. Miss Shawn Johnson is upstairs teaching the kids. You guys know the kids are homeschooled, so she's upstairs making it do what it do. I got dressed, I showered, I got dressed, I came downstairs and I said, let me call the best friends. I know you guys were waiting to hear from me on yesterday. Yesterday got away from me. The day completely and utterly got away from me, guys. And so by the time I got home, it was late. All I could literally do was jump in the shower and jump into bed. Hey, Miss Arlene, Miss Marianne, Miss Joyce. Hi to all of the best friends, Miss Lisa. I see y'all coming in the room. Everybody's getting a notification. I see y'all. I see you. Happy, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday? What's today? Happy Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever today is. Happy that day to you. Hey, Miss Jackie, Miss Karen, Miss Tammy. Hey, mommy. So, and hi to all the other best friends that I may have missed. I don't want anybody to feel slighted. So I titled the video updates. So much has happened since I saw you last that I want to give you guys an update. Let me first off start by saying thank you very much for all of the positive energy that you've given. Thank you for all of the thoughts, all of the prayers. Thank you for all of the well wishes. You guys are an outstanding, unmatched bunch of best friends. I could never, ever thank you guys enough for all of the feedback that I've been getting from yesterday's video and the reels and the pictures and just everything. Oh, best friends are saying it's Wednesday. Okay, great. Woo, baby. When I feel like I missed the day, I really genuinely feel like I missed the whole day this week. But thank you very, very much. So the last time I saw you guys, I was en route to the hospital. I was heading down to the hospital to see Daddy on yesterday. And I didn't know what I was walking into. I had no idea what was happening, what was going to happen. And so I got inside of the hospital and, timing is everything. And by the time I got inside of the hospital, the doctors and the nurses were coming into the room. And they were starting the process of making a plan for the day. So they said, first, we're going to take Mr. Johnson downstairs and we're going to do a scan on him. We previously thought that we were going to do a biopsy because we see, several masses on his liver. But instead of us doing a biopsy, we're going to table that because we don't want to puncture the liver any further and do further damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a scan. So we're going to take him down. We're going to do a scan and, we're going to go from there. So I said, okay, sounds great. They took him down. They did the scan. I was on the phone nonstop with my family, with my siblings, etc. So they took him down. They did the scan. And then a few hours later, they said, the results of the scan came back. And so what we feel like we really need to do at this point is we need to do a procedure because when we did the scan on Mr. Johnson, we saw that there was bleeding inside of his liver. So they said, we need to take your dad in for immediate surgery. We need to get to the source of the bleeding as it relates to his liver. We need to figure out where the bleeding is coming from. We need to stop the bleeding and we need to, stabilize him in that capacity. By doing so, it's going to probably also temporarily cause him more pain than he's in. He's in excruciating pain, but for the long term, it's going to allow him to help to heal and for us to be able to figure out, what else is going on. But they were thinking, hey, we're going to go in, we're going to do this emergency procedure. So I wasn't able to call you guys back because I was helping with my dad. He was in a lot of pain. It still is in a lot of pain. He, so he was pretty irritable because he was in so much pain yesterday. Then I was communicating with family members who, were in different areas, different states, etc. So it was to say the least, a bit overwhelming. Okay. So he went to surgery late last night. I think they took him in, I don't know, my time runs together. Maybe about 7:30 last night. They took him in for surgery. So they took him in for surgery and they said, it could take anywhere from an hour to 4 hours. So just sit tight. So I sat in the area, and for those of you guys who know me well, I am afraid of hospitals. I don't do hospitals. I don't like hospitals. I don't like to go to hospitals and be by myself. And it was almost like God said, everything that you fearing, you about to face that thing today. So not only was I sitting in the hospital, I was sitting in the hospital by myself. I was sitting in the hospital by myself at night, and I was sitting in the hospital by myself at night in a dark area. And it was a lower level where nobody else was around. There was not a soul to be seen. I was like, my God, today. So, everything that I could have imagined that I feared, I was sitting there, whatever. And so, fortunate thing is I was on the phone with my brother much of the evening. We actually talked and stayed on the phone the whole time Dad was in surgery. And so the surgery was a success. I went with Dad to his room once they got him stabilized after surgery. And, I stayed there for a little while, but because he was a little groggy after the surgery, I felt like that was a good time for me to leave and come home, because I felt like, at that time with him being a little groggy, he would be able to get some rest. And if he didn't hear me moving around in the room and, everything was still and everything was quiet and everything was dark in the room, he would be in a decent position. You okay? Okay, perfect. So, Sean said, hi, best friends. So, thank you. Shout out to all of the best friends on Sincerity Johnson. There's a jewelry drop that's coming. What you just heard, that ding, what you just heard, that was the jewelry being delivered. We have some amazing new, never seen before pieces. But anyway, that's Sincerity Johnson. Look for that later this afternoon. So in addition to that, Dad was stable, right? So he seemed like he was in a little bit less pain because of the extra medicine that they gave him for the procedure. And, he seemed like he was okay, right? So I drove back home. I got home probably about maybe midnight, a little after midnight last night. And all I could do was shower and get in the bed. So I showered, I got in the bed, and then this morning I get a call from my grandma. Now, my grandma, which is my dad's mom that I was telling you guys about on yesterday, she had previously been in Arizona. She was flying back from Arizona the same time Dad was in surgery. So she flew back into Chicago and got home on yesterday. So she was like, baby, I got to do some stuff around the house. I got to take care of some things, but I want to get down there and see your dad. Will you take me down there to see your dad? So I'm taking my grandma down there. So I'm going back down there today. Actually, I'm leaving in a few minutes. I'm a little bit tired, y'all. Pray for your girl. Say a little prayer for your girl, because I'm getting back on the road, driving my grandma back down there, because I don't think she drives. But I'm taking her down there. She's going to be down there for several days with Dad. But because he's in so much pain, because he has to have another procedure today, because there's so many doctors involved and so many people are saying so many different things, we as a family felt like it was in his best interest to have somebody that was there with him around the clock. So it is my pleasure to, go ahead and help her get down there. So we're going to do that. So I'm in the process of working with Sean and the kids because, look, I'm going to miss out on time with them again today. So they have activities. We have stuff going on with both businesses. The kids are, finishing up their day of being homeschooled and all of that. So I've been on the phone this morning making arrangements to make sure that, appointments are moved, and things are in place as they should be to lighten the load for Sean and the kids in my absence. So that's pretty much been the gist of it. I don't know exactly what time Dad is having his procedure today. But we got a lot of moving parts. But I share all of these aspects of my life with you guys because we often glorify or glamorize entrepreneurship. But there's so many moving parts. There's benefits, and then there's also, things where you be like, ooh, child, it's a lot. And so, with that being said, even though I'm away, there's a lot of things that still have to be done regardless, right? And so what that's going to mean is a sacrifice on my part of oftentimes a little bit of sleep. So yes. Thank you, Miss Linda. Thank you very, very much. She said, God give you traveling grace returning back to the hospital. Thank you very, very much. I greatly appreciate it. Miss Annie said, I'm keeping your family in my thoughts and prayers. I greatly appreciate you guys as well. Miss Betty said, I appreciate your transparency. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. And shout out to the best friends that were on the website yesterday. My website is still 50% off, but there were a lot of best friends that went over. They said, hey, Candy, I've been watching you for a while. You got a couple digital books, you got a couple of programs that you put together, and I really, really, really want you to be my coach. There was a young lady that booked a coaching session, and she specifically said, when she sent me the email, she said, I seen your video yesterday and that it solidified it for me. I think you're the person. I really want you to be my coach to help me get to the next level. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Tanisha said, thank you. I'm going through this with my dad. Prayers for you. Definitely. She said, bless you. She said, bless you. You keep me up there. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Miss Valerie, for your kind words. Hey, Miss Connie. So, it's one of those things where regardless of what you do, life is going to happen to all of us, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you work a 9-to-5, whether you're retired, whatever. Life is going to happen. It's just a part of this journey. It's just a part of this journey that we're on called life. Things are going to happen, and you can have your full day planned out. You can map out what you want to do. Usually, oftentimes I tell y'all, I start with a to-do list and I work from that list. But then when you get that call of something happening that you were unexpected, it puts everything on that list to the side. And then you have to show up and you have to step up. Hey, best friend, Miss Avriel Duvernay, you guys make sure Avriel has the subscriber badge. That is one of my subscriber best friends, but that's also my best friend, genuinely. You guys saw the reel that Sean put together. That was my best friend, Avriel Duvernay, praying. If you guys go down and look at the reel right under this video, I believe it was the last thing that I posted on yesterday. She prayed for my father and has never met this man in her life. When I say she prayed, she prayed. Y'all hear me? She prayed. Make sure y'all follow my best friend and her journey. She is in real estate. She's a real estate investor, but you guys want to stay connected with her as well and all of the beautiful and amazing things that she has going on. But it's one of those situations where, kind of tying this back into the conversation that I had yesterday about assets and liabilities, or deposits and withdrawals, is what I said. You have to evaluate the people that surround you, okay? You have to take inventory of everybody that's around you. If you look through your phone and you look through the last 10 people that have texted you, the last 15 people that have texted you, the last 20 people that have texted you, the last 10 people that have called, the last 15 people that have called, etc. You have to look around and you have to take inventory, and you have to say, overall, right? Because there's going to be good and bad with all of us. Overall, is this person adding or subtracting to my life, right? Is this person adding or subtracting to my life? And one of the reasons why Avriel and I became such good friends was because we both were in a position in our lives where God was removing people. There have been people in our midst, and there have been people around us. There were people that we knew for years. There were people that, we had at one time a lot in common with. But there's something about this journey towards getting better, self-improvement, personal development. When you start wanting more for yourself, then sometimes those old conversations no longer sustain you. The girl, what you doing? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that conversations? They no longer sustain you. And you get to the point where you have to surround yourself with people that are having the right conversation. You might ask yourself, well, what's the right conversation? The right conversation is the conversation that's being had about not where you are, but where you're going, right? And so Avriel and I were both going through it. God was taking both of us through a similar journey at the same time. And so we found ourselves kind of connecting and leaning on each other. And so when I say that's my best friend, I genuinely mean that's my best friend. I love Avriel like a sister. Like, I literally don't have any sisters. I have all brothers, and that is literally my sister. Nobody can tell me anything different, because we don't just talk finance and business and all of that. We talk about life. We talk about legacy. We talk about, taking care of our parents. We talk about, being happy. We talk about balancing health and wealth. We talk about, vacations. We talk about mental health. We talk about everything. We talk about love and relationships. We talk about, we talk about all of that stuff. We talk about, the ups and downs. And so, you got a good friend when your friend don't just tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes, girl, I got mad at Avriel last week. She told me something that I needed to hear, but I didn't want to hear it. So, girl, she was like, I don't care. I'm finna still tell you. I'm gonna still tell you. And so she's one of the only people where, because I'm a stubborn old mule, girl. I'm a stubborn old mule. I love you more, best friend. I'm a stubborn old mule. And so, when people tell me stuff, girl, I think I know it, girl. I think I be knowing. But she don't care, and she don't back down. She be like, girl, I know you're going to be mad, but you're not going to go to bed mad. You might be mad for about an hour or two. It might take you an hour or two to respond to me, but you're not going to be, you're not going to bed mad. But I thank God for her, because sometimes growth happens when you surround yourself with people that are not just going to be yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. People, you have to surround yourself with people who are going to call you on the carpet. But I appreciate her for being a call me on the carpet type of friend. But best friends, let me know. I told you guys last week, life has been happening. Y'all know I'm about to get on the road. I'm about to, go, and I'm going to be gone for hours, and I'm not going to be home until late tonight again. But I told you guys that I would do something for you. If you guys remember, we were having a conversation about something last week, and I said, I will show you what I did to start making money and generate multiple streams of revenue without having to work multiple jobs. Do you guys remember that conversation? Let me know if you remember that conversation, and let me know if you want me to show you exactly what I was talking about before I leave. Because I keep saying I'm going to teach you guys, and life is happening, and you don't know from minute to minute what's going to happen. So if you guys would like me to, I am available for the next few minutes, and I can pour into you. So let me know if that's information you want me to share with you. Thank you very much, Miss Connie. Thank you for the stars, baby. Miss Valerie says yes. You guys remember that? And do you want me to share that information with you real quick? Because I can run upstairs. I know Sean is teaching the kids, but I can run upstairs and use the dry erase board. Yes, show us, please. Okay, come on, y'all. Look, impromptu. Come on, y'all. Come on. We finna go upstairs. We finna interrupt their day while they homeschooling. Come on, y'all. Come on. I don't know what they doing, but we about to interrupt. Look, come on, y'all.
Each face is 4 inches long.
Look.
The empty space on both sides of each trophy is also 4 inches
Girl,
long.
who be in school with a blanket, girl?
I'm cold.
Okay, can I pause what you guys are working on real quick?
Yes, let me put my time so I can know where we stop.
Okay. You know how sometimes I come up here and something to hit me. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for the stars.
Thank you for the stars.
Hey, thank you for the stars. Thank you for the stars.
Hey, thank you. Oh, you got a star party.
Ooh.
Star party.
Okay, so you guys know Kennedy and Caleb and Sean, you guys know how sometimes something will happen and I'll come upstairs and I want to teach you guys something real quick on the fly.
Uh-huh.
So what I want to do, I told the best friends, I want to show them how we make multiple streams of revenue without having to work multiple hours.
Oh, passive stuff.
Passive income, different sources of income, okay?
I got you.
Okay.
You
So
need us to move out your way?
I need the dry erase board, but if you can, your handwriting is actually better than mine. Can you?
Ooh, so you can use me for my handwriting.
Do you guys need what's on the board?
No, we can get rid of that. That was our measuring length.
Okay. Oh, thank you, baby. Now, can you guys hang out on the beanbag so you can see as well, Ken K? Okay, perfect. So as you guys know, we took the spare bedroom of our house and made it a classroom slash, you know,
Slash.
yeah. Ken, can we move your picture real quick?
Slash TV.
I'm just gonna put it right here, and it, look here.
It's a magnet. The magnet stuck.
I'm gonna put it back as soon as we're done. Okay.
Okay, sit up, Caleb. I want you guys to pay attention too to what I'm teaching. Okay.
It's another on-the-fly homeschool woman.
So let's talk through some of the sources of income that we have. You guys know, so Kennedy and Caleb, how do your parents make money? If somebody said, how do your parents make money? Okay, sir.
What you two make, me and Mom makes money by taking care of her granny.
Well, taking care of her granny, well, not really, but like what businesses do we have?
Sincerity Johnson.
Sincerity Johnson. So Caleb says Sincerity Johnson.
Teaching people how to make money.
Teaching people how to make money. Okay, so let's talk through that. So we have one source of income, that's Sincerity Johnson.
So we have Ashley. You want me to put Ashley or put Sincerity Johnson?
Sincerity Johnson, because some people might find a video and they don't know what that is. Okay. So Sincerity Johnson is one source of income. That's not passive though, but that's our online women's business, right? So we sell handbags, we have jewelry, etc., right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of the passive forms of income. So some of the things that we have where we make money from it, but we don't have to do any additional work. Thank you, Miss Cheryl, for the stars. Thank you. Anybody else also that I've missed as well. Thank you very much for the stars. So one of the other sources of income that we have that was created was Mommy wrote a book. Does anybody know the name of one of Mommy's books? Yes.
Moments of Redemption.
Moments of Redemption. Moments of Redemption. So Moments of Redemption is one of the sources of revenue that we have. So Moments of Redemption, for those of you guys who don't know, is a book that I wrote a couple of years ago about my life. So Moments of Redemption is a book that is found online. I usually never mention it, guys, because I prefer that people buy it directly from us. Mm-hmm. But Moments of Redemption is a book that is sold on our website, but you can also find it other places, Amazon. You can buy the digital version on Amazon, etc. So I get royalty checks every month from Amazon. Now, when I wrote Moments of Redemption, it probably took, now Sean edited the book for me. I wrote it, but she did the editing for me. So the full process probably took us, 2 months?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 months.
So about 2 or 3 months it took us to write that book, and get that book released. But that's a book that will pay us and pay you guys for the rest of your life. Does that make sense? So we did work to create that book one time. Okay. That book was written and we worked a couple of months, straight a couple of years ago, but we never ever have to do anything else. And people still buy Moments of Redemption every single day. Okay. We probably sold about roughly 30 something copies yesterday just from the website. Okay. So that's one source of income, Moments of Redemption. But we get paid multiple times for Moments of Redemption. We get the money from us, from our website. Outside of this video and me teaching the best friends, I never mentioned that they could also find it on Amazon because I don't want them to do that. But so we get, multiple streams from that one body of work. You guys understand how that works?
Yes.
You work, you create something one time and you never have to do anything with it, but it pays you forever. Okay. Mm-hmm. The next thing now, let me say this. Moments of Redemption was a book that I wrote about me, but I don't think my life is that important. Can I be honest with you guys? Let me talk to you. My life is not that important. The reason why I wrote Moments of Redemption was because each chapter of that book was a different lesson that I learned in my life. So it was a different thing that happened that was a pivotal moment, but I extracted the life lessons so that the reader can then read it and not know more about me. Who cares about me? But that they could extract the lesson that I learned at each stage of a pivotal part of my life. Does that make sense? So a lot of the book is about me and Mima, some of the good things that we experienced, and some of the things that caused us to get a divorce.
I think it was kind of therapeutic.
It was very therapeutic as well.
What is therapeutic?
Therapeutic means it helped me too. So I wrote the book and it's going to help the reader, but the book is also going to help the person who wrote. So I wrote it. It helped me in my healing process as I wrote it, but the person reading the book will also be helped as well. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's one body of work. Let's talk about another one. The next one is, what did we do next? We did the home-based bag. The home-based bag is next. The home-based bag. So the home-based bag is a digital book. While Shauna's doing that, look at y'all looking at the back end of Shopify. She uploading jewelry while she teaching. She's uploading jewelry for SJ. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Pulling up my website. The store. Okay. So the home-based bag. This is the home-based bag. So the home-based bag. The home-based bag is a digital book. The home-based bag was created because I kept getting a lot of people saying, hey, Candy, I work a 9 to 5. I'm retired. I want another stream of revenue, but I don't know what that could be. I don't know what that looks like. So what I did was I kept getting the same thing from people. So what I did was I made the decision to create a digital book, an ebook, and I made it very inexpensive. I created an ebook and I said, I'm going to give you at least 25 different ways where you can make money from home and generate extra revenue. So here's the idea. And I want to give you ideas to make money from home, but I want to give them to people from all walks of life. So the person who don't have a degree or don't really have a lot of education can benefit from that. And also the person who has a degree, because I didn't want it to just be a bunch of things where you got to go back to school in order to be able to make a lot of money. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's what the home-based bag is. And that's what problem that solves. So the best thing to do, guys, and I'm talking to the kids and I'm talking to everybody watching, is to create something that solves not just a problem for you, but solves a bigger problem for the person on the other end. Does that make sense? Yeah. The more problems you can solve for other people, the more money you make. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So for the person who says, hey, I need another stream of revenue and I want to make money from home. Maybe I got kids. Maybe I'm taking care of a family member that's sick, or I'm disabled, or I just don't want to leave home to just get another job to make more money. What can I do? Well, think about what their problem is. Their problem is what?
They're not making, they need more money.
They need more money, right? So would it make sense for me to create a product that's really expensive?
No.
Because who's that going to help?
You.
Nobody. Mm-hmm. If they can't afford to buy it and they need more money, the home-based bag is a good solution because it's inexpensive, which is why we saw a lot of home-based bags. And people are able to download it immediately, okay? So again, going back to stuff that you create once, guys, that's the premise of this. You create it once. It took me about 2 days to create the home-based bag. I created the home-based bag a couple of years ago. This is another example of a digital product. I don't have to ship anything. I don't have to get anything printed, etc. I literally have everything built out on the website where, that's it. They purchase it, people purchase it, and then they get immediate access. So it solves a problem for them. Okay. Next example, guys. Let's talk about the next example. Okay. Sean, what's the next one?
The financial transformation workbook.
Okay. So
Did you ever tell? Well, I guess I don't know if you want to tell where that came from anyway.
Which one?
Why we even created the workbook.
Oh, because we had the course? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the financial transformation workbook. So this is what that looks like. You guys have seen that before. You can get the digital version of the workbook or you can get the physical version of the workbook. They're both available on the website. Actually, the physical version is down there. Can you pass me that? Mm-hmm. So when I created this, guys, there were some people that was like, I don't like the digital concept. So we got the full workbook that you can literally purchase from off of the website, and we ship it to you. But these are the people who like, I need help with my credit. I need help with, budgeting, saving, etc. Right? So it's a quick little book that you can read through and you can immediately implement. Okay. Okay. So you can either get the ebook form or you can get the workbook form.
But that's still 2 sources.
Again, same concept as the home-based bag. Created it once. Never have to create it again. You never have to do anything else again. Are you comfortable, sir? Jesus, today. You guys understand this?
Yes.
6 figures of revenue from each. 6 figures of revenue from each. And you don't have to keep working on, on each item. Okay, so what's next?
The accelerated e-commerce blueprint.
Ooh, my baby. My baby, the accelerated e-commerce blueprint. Now, at each stage where each item was created, best friends, there was something big that I learned. There was something big that I learned that was going to be more beneficial to the end user than to me. So the accelerated e-commerce blueprint, I created that. Let me pull this up on the website for you. I created that right after Sean and I had started Sincerity Johnson. We had started the business from home and the business took off. We started the business from home and the business took off, right? And so the first month we did $5,000 over Cash App. We didn't know what we was doing. We was figuring it out. By month 2, we were at what?
About 25,000.
Okay, 25. And then by month 3, we were over 40, right? And we were just growing and growing and growing. So a lot of people seen us go from the kitchen table to, growing. And they were like, wait. Hold on. What are y'all doing? And how did you do it? So Sean and I literally stopped everything for a couple of weeks. And we sat down and created a full blueprint to walk you through how we did everything with our online store. So that's the accelerated e-commerce blueprint. So then what happened immediately was people started saying, well, I need vendors. I need to know, I see you gave me all the steps, but I need to know, well, what order do I do it all in? So that's when we created the vendor list. We created, the accountability calendar, etc. Because we wanted people to be able to. So the purpose, the common denominator of everything outside of number one is its own thing. But the common denominator of everything is you should be able to get this and get access to it and immediately start getting results. Does that make sense? So it's all about everything in business is all about the concept with them. People talk about with them in business. With them is what's in it for me. Far too often people do stuff in business and people want to create things and it's only something that's in it for them. It has nothing to do with me, and what you get on your end has to be more than what I get. You understand what I'm saying? Let me say that again. What you get on your end has to trump what I get. What do I mean by that? Let's say you buy a digital book from us. You get a digital book from off of the website. If the digital book is $20, $30, $10, whatever the price is, it has to be a no-brainer for you to pay $10, $20, $30, because what you're going to get is so far in excess of that it would just be silly for you to leave it. Does that make sense? When people buy the accelerated blueprint, it's because they know, hey, if I do what's in this blueprint, I'm going to get my money back in like a day or two. You understand what I'm saying? If I stick to what's in this blueprint, I'm going to get almost an immediate return on my investment. So that's the thing. It has to solve a bigger problem for the person that you're trying to serve. But it has to be something where you can take the expertise that you have, you can create something one time and never have to create it again or work again. Does that make sense? So what problem does it solve for the customer? Your learning information is going to help you improve your money or make more money. That's the common denominator with everything outside of number one. Okay. What's in it for me? It allows me to be able to have passive income and do something one time without ever having to do it again. Now, what Sean and I do is we periodically look through our digital products and our programs, and we look to see, is there anything we can add? Can we tweak anything? What's changed, etc. But for the most part, most of this stuff is what's called evergreen. Does that make sense? The 25 things inside of the home-based bag, they're evergreen. The financial transformation, how you fix your credit, how you budget, how you save, that's evergreen. That's not going to change month to month. The market is not going to change that. The economy is not going to change that. The nuts and bolts about what that is going to be consistent. Well, if you guys were on Saturday's video where I was talking about the snowball method is included inside of the financial transformation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 7, what did we create? What did we create after number 7? Are you guys learning something? I know y'all comfortable. Are you consuming what I'm teaching?
Yes.
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 Yes, ma'am. Sit up, please. Sit up, please. Sit up, please. The no debt reset. Let's talk about the no debt reset. Sean, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So basically, what ended up happening was people purchased these items, the financial transformation workbook or ebook or the accelerated e-commerce blueprint. And we know that sometimes reading information, going through stuff, whatever, sometimes that can be hard. But when you hear the information and it's being given to you in a different format, sometimes you retain it better. So the same people, or some of the same people who get these items, 4, 5, and 6, then came back to Candy and was like, yeah, do you do a class for it? Or like, how does that work? And so what Candy ended up doing was taking the information from the financial transformation workbook and ebook, and then we did it. Well, not we, she did a class about it. I was just the camera person. She did a class for it. And what I liked about it is she was able to take the same information that was in this workbook, add it to it, because there's even more in the No Debt Reset, like real life stuff and examples and things like that. Practical examples and all of that, and then taught what was in the financial transformation workbook. Now, I will tell you, I think that this is a gem too, even if you do the No Debt Reset to get the workbook as well, because there's a lot of graphs and pictures and examples and etc. that are in the workbook that help solidify the information that she taught in the No Debt Reset, and it has a Q&A section. So the people who attended the No Debt Reset, they were able to ask additional questions, which then was able to allow Candy to give even more information outside of what was in the class and what was in the workbook.
Yeah. Then number 8, very similar to what we did with the No Debt Reset, came the Mob Accelerator. So the Mob Accelerator is the course that teaches you how to start your online business.
Does MOB stand for something?
Mob. $1 million online business. $1 million online business. You get it?
No.
And that's because I would like to take your class. I want to be rich.
You want to take Mama's class?
You take Mommy's class almost every day. You just don't realize it.
That's it. Keep with these nuggets. Remember we did the inventory thing? You remember that day we did the inventory thing? And I showed you guys all the numbers? Yeah. So that's exactly what that is. So the Mob Accelerator is literally the accelerated e-commerce blueprint, and me teaching you. People were like, okay, we watched you guys build an online business, but like Sean said, y'all know our people don't like to read. I'm not picking on y'all. But people be like, y'all mean well, but people be like, I'm not gonna, let me just teach me. Just teach me. You see what I'm saying? Just teach me. So yeah. So, Chantel said, I've never heard the term evergreen. Yeah. So the term evergreen means, like, let's say, for instance, somebody said, I want you to teach a social media class. I want you to teach me how to grow my page and grow my following and grow my community. Well, the strategies that I would teach you today probably won't apply 3 years from now because so much changes online so fast, right? Same thing is true with if somebody taught a class about the market, the stock market, right? Things go up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you teach in a class about the stock market and the market is up, well, that information is going to be different than when the market is down. And so either you have to teach it both ways or you got to, whatever, right? So the term evergreen means it lasts the test of time. It don't matter whether you pick up the information today. It's like riding a bike.
Or a cookbook.
Yeah, or exactly. A cookbook is evergreen. Yeah, anything that you teach or that a person can learn where 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it's going to be tried and true. The tactics and the strategies that financial advisors teach people on how to get out of debt, how to improve their credit, etc. It's not going to change. It's the same. It's the same, And so yeah, it's certain principles. You got to pay off debt. You got to keep your debt to income ratio low. You got to make sure you pay people on time. That's that whole thing. So there's very little about any of that will change. Now, the purpose of this exercise, do you guys have anything else? Thank you very much for letting me interrupt class. I love you.
Mom, you have so many streams of revenue. I thought you only had Sincerity Johnson.
That's because I don't want you in my pocket. But anyway, I don't want y'all in my pocket. So anyway, best friends, the purpose of that exercise had nothing to do with me trying to show you what we have. You already know that. If you've been to the website, you already know that. The purpose of that exercise, the purpose of the exercise was to show you that there are things, and look, moments of redemption are sitting right here. There are things that you can create where you literally work. If you're going to work on something for 40 hours a week, or you're going to work on something for 2 weeks straight, work on that thing and create that thing that serves the masses and solves a problem for the masses, but creates a stream of revenue where when you pick up that stream of revenue, you don't have to do any work, or you have to do very little work to keep it up and to maintain it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So we want you guys to start thinking. So here's what I want your takeaway to be, best friends. I want your takeaway to be spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes today sitting in a quiet room, a quiet space by yourself with no noise, and just write down all of the things that come easy to you but hard to other people. Write down and make a list of all of the things that come easy to you but hard to other people. Is it doing hair? Is it cooking? Is it, what is it? What could you create a digital product and teach people how to do? Can you create a product and teach people? Can you create a product and teach people how to, I don't know, is it something that you can do in a video form? If you don't like to write, can you do a digital book? Whatever, but there's so many different streams of revenue that you can have. And we told you guys another thing that we didn't talk about, but our social media accounts are all monetized. You guys gave stars. In addition to that, we run ads. There's ads and stuff that run through our social media accounts. So we don't rely on the monetization from our social media accounts. What we do instead is we take that money and we say, hey, when Meta blesses us and they pay us, or YouTube, blesses us and they pay us, we want to take that stream of income. We want to take that money, and we want that money that we didn't expect. We want that money to then go out and make babies and bring more money back. So we take the income. What Sean and I have decided to do is we take the income from our social media accounts, and we then put that income into buying stock. Well, right now, everybody's like, oh, it's a horrible time in the stock market. Well, when the market is low, that's when you buy. It's almost like when everything is on sale. When I put everything on sale over here on the website, everybody started buying like crazy on yesterday. And it's happened before. Same is true with Sincerity Johnson. We have a new jewelry release that's coming out today. And so Sean and I have to talk through exactly what the sale is going to be. But we're going to run a sale. And people who shop our website know when Sincerity Johnson has new items that come out, you better grab it because they're only going to be one, maybe two available, right? So it creates what's called scarcity. So when people know, hey, if I don't get it, it's not going to be available, then, you make money, and then it incentivizes people when you do it in a way and you say, hey, if you act today, if you take advantage today, I'm going to give you a discount. I'm going to give you this. So again, going back to the same process with the digital products, when you show people something of value to them and it's more beneficial for them to get whatever it is that you have to offer than it is for them to part with that little amount of money that you're asking for, then it becomes a no-brainer. And that's how you're successful in business. But family, there are so many people who make millions and millions of dollars doing that thing that you don't even think has a lot of value. One of the people that you guys know that I absolutely love and adore and admire and respect very highly in business is Mr. Darius Cooks Williams. You guys hear us talk about him a lot over here because we really genuinely love the work that he's been able to do. But, if you sit down and you talk to grandmama, you talk to big mama, you talk to auntie and they bake cakes and stuff real good, they will be looking at you like you were crazy if you told them that there was a man that made over $1 million a month, selling cookbooks and stuff. They'd be looking at you like, what are you talking about? But that's that thing that for the person who cooks very well, they don't see any big deal. But there's so much that you have to offer because it's your gift. You don't realize how valuable your gift is. Does that make sense? Like, you guys have information and ideas that you sitting on that can make you so many different streams of revenue. So many streams of revenue. And because it's your gift and it comes so easy to you, you minimize it. You second guess it. So the purpose of this video, and I don't want you guys to misunderstand, it had nothing to do with me saying, hey, go buy this or go buy that. If you buy it, I want you to buy it because that's genuinely going to help you get the results that you're looking for. But I want you guys to see that you were not designed to just punch a clock and that's it. You were designed to, if you are going to punch a clock, to take that revenue and invest it in ways that's going to allow that revenue to go out and make babies for you. You understand what I'm saying? Invest that revenue so that that revenue can go out and make babies for you. You are designed and created by God to, if you so desire, be sitting on a beach drinking an umbrella drink and not trying to figure out how the light bill's going to be paid, how the gas bill's going to be paid, what you're going to do for the mortgage. Me making a decision to be selfless and say, hey, let me just put the website on sale, or telling Sean, hey, run a sale with SJ, with Sincerity Johnson or whatever. We did more yesterday with me showing up and being there for my father than we would have probably if I was here working, if I could be honest. Yeah. How can you make over $1,000 a day? How can you make over $2,000 a day? How can you make over $5,000 a day where you don't have to exchange your time and your hard work in order to get results? You understand what I'm saying? But do it in a way where it's so rewarding to you because you're helping other people unlock their transformation. You see what I'm saying? You're helping other people get to an end result that's going to make them better. So it's so rewarding for me because, SJ has brought me a lot of joy. I love SJ. It's my baby. Sincerity Johnson is my baby. And Sean and I started that together. But it's something about this coaching thing that I love because it's only fun, best friend, if you making money and the people around you have an opportunity to do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to just be the person who has a multi-million-dollar business. I want to be the person who teaches you how to have a multi-million-dollar business. I want to teach you how to have financial freedom. And I want you to get results. So then we can come together collectively and we can have a mastermind in Mexico, or we can have, a meetup in Vegas. And then we document the process, and everybody, we on social media and everybody see it, and we rent out this Airbnb, and it's 25 business owners or 30 business owners, and we all together, and we have the personal chef that's there, and we doing all of these things, best friends. And people are like, man, I started with you a year or two ago, and I just bought an ebook or a digital book because I didn't know if it worked or not. And then when I started getting results and I started doing exactly what you said, then I booked the coaching calls, or then I got inside of your program. Then once I started making money with that, I was like, no, I need more. You see what I'm saying? I want us to continue to grow together. That's the game plan. We got to grow together. We got to grow together. So a lot of times people ask us, why do you homeschool? Because it's these life lessons. It's the life lessons in the middle of the day. It's the lessons that most of us didn't get. I certainly didn't. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's all about for me. That's it. That's it. But I wanted to be a blessing to you guys. Know that everything on my website is on sale. CandySincerityJohnson.com. All of the digital products, any and everything that you could think of is available. It's available on the website for 50% off. I will continue. Make sure you guys have your notifications on. Thank you very, very much, Miss Stephanie, for the stars. Thank you, all of the best friends, for the stars. Make sure you guys continue to have your notifications off. I have no idea what I'm walking into. I'm headed to go get my grandma. I'm going to probably head and grab something to eat as well, because I haven't eaten anything. But I'm going to go check on my father, see about him, see what's going on as it relates to his procedure today, and, get updates and stuff. But I wanted to actually pour into you guys. Sometimes when I'm full, I got to pour, right? And then when I'm out of stuff to pour, I got to go recharge and then come back, and then we repeat the process. But I want you guys to know just how much I love you. I love you very, very, very much. And there's nothing you could do about it. Make sure your notifications are on so when I call, you can answer. Have a good day, best friends.